Philip Perochi, Richard, El Pizafo, dude! Makes me wonder if I should have a Willis, Richard, El Pizafo, Philip, 2. El Pizafo, Willis, Philip Perochi, El Pizafo! Well, El Pizafo, enter the bang nurses. Willis, Pistafo, Philip, what's up, brothers? Philip, how are you, Richard? I'm okay, Philip. I'm hanging in there. Went to Anime Expo just to check things out. Wish I could do stuff like that. I'm far too busy working. Willis, Richard must have work today. Got those pens in his pocket. Arturo Calderon, yo, hi, El Bizafo. I went on a 9-hour motorcycle ride. Got sunburned pretty bad. Yeah, you're gonna be riding for that long, El. I mean, aren't you supposed to wear a mask? I mean, unless you're riding slow. Arturo, hi. Granger, you namest. Bill Brochi, 9 hours. Holy macaroni. Arturo, I'm new here. Yes, I can see that. Granger, from Nepal. This is Monster Java, by the way. Jeff, my sister made me tuna fish sandwich that tastes like beans. Orochi, how many hours did you work today? I only 8. Willis, Pistafo, too tough for sunscreen. He's gonna regret that, lol. Yes. Chris Hansen's BT. I like beans. Well, I mean, yes, nothing's wrong with beans. Nobody's saying that there's something wrong with beans. We're just saying that a tuna fish sandwich should not taste like beans. It's kind of not how tuna fish sandwiches work. It's like when my sister makes, meatloaf that tastes like sour cream. Like, what's up with that? Philip Hirochi, beans, the musical fruit. Willis, did you try the Oreos Mike sent you? Were they any good? I haven't tried them yet. Alejandro Mendez, hi, said hi. Hi, guys. Hampton Quake. Look like a man that enjoys gravy with every meal. Well, you sound like a butthole. Just fart away. Chris Hansen's BT. Tuna fish is like saying sirloin cow. I don't know, dude. We call it a catfish. We call it a dogfish. Why can't we call it a tuna fish? Alejandro, who likes beans? Who doesn't like beans? Ajvar, what are you doing? I'm curious. What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm live streaming. 3G, who else here sits when they pee? All the girls, I would hope. Philip Rochi, what did you eat for dinner? I had burritos. Alejandro Mendez, do you like beans? Beans? Have I talked about graduation? You wouldn't get that joke. Sorry for asking a lot of questions, by the way. Well, that's kind of how the stream works. Ajvar, yes, but what are you streaming? What do you mean, what am I streaming? I'm talking. I'm streaming my fat face. Phil Perucci, burritos! Yeah. And I have cat treat on my fingers because I just fed Isolde. Willis, how's the thumb? It hurts. I don't think I need the bandage anymore, but until the doctor says I can stop putting it on, I have to keep it up. But it's still pretty paralyzed at that joint. Akbar, gotcha. So just chit chat. Yeah, pretty much. Do this every day for about an hour. I mean, I don't know, dude. Oh, Brochi, did you get any more packages? I got the lamp. Thank you. Don't know where I'm going to put it, but I got the lamp. Hampton Quack, what happened to your thumb? An infection. El Pistafo, I brought the motorcycle vest, a flannel, and a jacket. Not too tough. I rarely burn. I think the problem was extreme heat. Last 2 hours. I put on the flannel, totally forgot about the sunscreen. Well, I mean, you might not believe in global warming, El Pistafo, but you should believe in El Pistafo warming, okay? Full Brochi, USS Enterprise. Yes, the Enterprise, the original. Not the A. That's the second one. Edvar, nice, good to connect. Yes. Oh. Apparently, there's a live action Robotech, or at least a trailer for one that is probably a lie. But Jeff, how come I can't wash paper plates and let them dry? Well, generally because they fall apart. Full Prochi, is the A from Star Trek The Next Generation? No, the Star Trek Next Generation is the D. I believe the A was an almost perfect replica of the original. And I think it's the C or the D that or no, I think it's the C that was a different crew. But yeah. Like every time they blow up the ship, they're supposed to rebuild it with a new letter. What is wrong with my... Yeah. Okay, so the Enterprise A did not have the radar dish in the beginning. Let's see here. Problem being is that there's more than one. Yeah, the original USS Enterprise was actually a real ship. It was an aircraft carrier, but yeah, like, okay. Like, that's the original Enterprise there, okay? And then I believe this is... No, that's a bad picture. Mm, yeah. Okay, so this is the Enterprise A. You'll notice the blue front section for the deflector dish. That's what defines it. As opposed to the original, which did not have that. B. Okay, the Enterprise B was one of those freaky looking blue ships. Like the Excelsior. In fact, I think it was an Excelsior class, so it's very distinctive from the others. And there's the B. You know. It's a lot flatter. I've never actually seen the C before, but it had a lot more hard angles. And it looks a lot like both. Looks like if the D and the A had a baby. Okay? So now the D is the one I am most familiar with. If I could find a good picture of it. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. This is a Galaxy class, what it's known for. I don't know how high the numbers go, or letters go. The E is affectionately known as Enterprise Rape Sequest. Far more elongated and sleeker version, but without the grace of the original, or without the grace of the D. And the F just looks ridiculous. But I don't think this has ever appeared in... I don't know if that's ever appeared in a TV show. That's the F, apparently. Is there a G? Yeah, so this just keeps going. We'll be here all night if I keep doing that. But... There we go. So... So where were we? Captain Quack, are you in the USA? I am in Los Angeles, California. Willis, when are you going to bring some good-looking women on stream? When I have 100,000 subscribers. Coon beef hash. Thumb fell off yet? You might give a soaking. Thumb fell off yet? You might give to soaking it in her. What do you mean, dude? Thumbs down. El Pistafo, Neal, global warming is communist bullshit. It was just a summer day in July, and I had no sunscreen. But it warmed El Pistafo, didn't it? It warmed El Pistafo. Willis, agree, Pistafo. 3G, Richard, can you do an impression of a hungry ninja who wants beans? Lol. You know, Coon Beef Hash, I think 3G here is one of your customers. He sounds like he's had a lot of hash today. Philip Perucci, gotcha. I forgot which species was able. I have cloaking abilities for their ships. Klingons. I believe both Klingons and Romulans have cloaking abilities. Laddie, hello, King Guy, buddy fan. Ibizafo, USS Enterprise had reddish dish. The D had a reddish dish. Jeff, I went to the zoo yesterday, fed a monkey a peach. He couldn't pass the pit, so now he measures everything. Well, Willis, we want kitties, we want kitties, we want kitties. Okay. Kitties are busy nursing right now. Obrochi, original Enterprise looks the best in my opinion. It was a product of its time. Rickshaw, I'm gay. Can you help me find a boyfriend? No, you have to find one on your own. What does it say when a good day for one of my channels is 85 cents? Rickshaw. Why? Because that's how life works. Corn Dog. One Space Marine boards the Enterprise. How's the crew holding up in a fight? Worf eats him. Rickshaw. How can I identify a bisexual man at the gym? He's wearing pink. El Pistafo, Kitty Nursing, Amazing Amanda, stop in. No. Phil Barochi, would you rather live in an alternate universe as an officer on the USS Enterprise with all the adventure, or have $500 million in this life? That is a good question. I mean, Enterprise would be a lot more fun. And I mean, you know, like, the doctor could just wave their hand over this and fix it, so, you know. Like, I'd have to go with Enterprise, I guess. I'd live a lot longer. And, I mean, money in the future is, depending on the episode, worthless. You know, one of the things about burritos, your burps taste like burrito. And I think that's a good thing. Phil Barochi, how many total views this channel have? Ragdoll Cutie, if you we meet again. It's you, we meet again. Jeff, I caught a talking fish using beans for the bait. He told me the beans taste like tuna fish. Rickshaw, how can the color pink be used to tell if a gentleman is bisexual? Well, that's actually apparently it's pink shoes. It is like if you see a man wearing tennis shoes and they're pink or partially pink, that's him saying he's gay. I mean, I don't understand it, but like that's one sign. Also, if he's wearing like really, really tight clothing that shows off his schwanz, typically gay. Corn dog, just eat your burrito from the other end. Problem solved. Phil Birchie, I had a bacon cheeseburger today and it was freaking amazing. Please send, El Pistafo, please send MILF Kitty Kitty pics to Ice Station Zebra P.O. Box 381. Every now and again, you look at your feed and you see something weird. Ricky Jared, hey Richard, I hope everything is going well with you. It's going. Full Broachy, today is your Friday, right? Yep, today is my Friday. It's my Friday and I'll party if I want to. No, I don't. I don't want to. Oh. And my Tuesday, on this Tuesday, I have to go to the hospital again. So. Not fun. Ricky Jared, do a country accent. Well, Winona had herself a big brown beaver and showed him off to all her friends. Then one day that beaver tried to leave her and she got all cyclone fans. Oh, Broachy, checkup for the thumb or the blood work. This week it's checkup for the thumb. Next week it's the blood work. I wonder how late the lab is open because I have to do a 9-hour fast, they told me. And I'm supposed to do it before the next time I see the doc. Phil Broachy, 9-hour fast, dang. Normally it's a 12-hour fast. Corn dog, those damn blue-collared tweakers, man. Phil Broachy, must get a 6x6 after. That's actually not advisable to start a fast with a big hunk of meat. Because it will give you bloating and gas. You actually would want to come off a fast with something light and easy on the stomach, like a bean salad. That will get the internal mechanisms working again. I mean, too much fast food, and you start getting McGas and McGurgles. Rick and Jared, I hate it when people think I'm homophobic, like I'm not homophobic. I'm hydroponic. I hate water. That would be hydrophobic, not hydrophobic. Yes, you missed the H there. Willis, Richard, how thick is your blood? It's about as thick as blood. Jeff, I am cheap. I go to the football game and yell, "Get the quarterback!" Willis, water or corn syrup? Phil Broachy, when was the last time you had a 6x6? Not for many years. I swallowed a gnat and then spit it out. Die, gnat. Yeah, I mean, I used to get 6x6s when I was back in high school. You know, now I would like get one without the French fries, I guess. But you know, it's funny. You get two double doubles. It's much more expensive than a 4x4. Well, Perochi, why is it if I skip breakfast I tend to feel hungrier quicker, but if I skip breakfast I can't hold out longer? Or can hold out longer? Not sure what you mean there. El Pistafo, Asian Ebony MILF Bang Nurses Now. Ricky Jared, what happens if a gay man marries a lesbian woman? They both have beards. It's just one of those things. I mean, in countries, there was actually a case where a woman married her son's gay boyfriend so that he could stay in the country. Not this country, but I mean the country. El Pistafo, they're both happy. They say in gay relationship, there's a lot more sex. Ricky Jared, honestly, that's understandable. Kevin Gooney, Richard, my friend, good to see you. How is the thumb? It hurts a bit. El Bizarro, and get matching Subarus. Well, or Priuses. I mean, let's be honest here. My brother used to have this very close friend. He had this very close friend who drove a Prius, and he's like, "Don't make fun of him." It's like, Paul, why would I make fun of somebody just because they drive a Prius? I drive a Civic. Phil Barocci, send knocker pics to El Pistafo. El Pistafo, both have fish breath with no sardines in the house. Yeah, I mean, different flavors of fish, I guess. Okay, so Phil Perochi is clarified, I think. No? Not the last time. Ming, Ming, right now it's saying there are only three of you. Could be because my internet here is not the best, you know what I mean? Now it's saying there's only one of you. I think the live stream is dead. Ricky Jared, the live stream froze for a minute. Okay. Phil Perochi, oh, it's back. Ricky Jared, you're fuzzy. I'm fuzzy? Why am I fuzzy? Yes, it does look rather fuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy wuzzy wuzzy. You know, guys, I really wish I could do more charity work. Wish I could be better at supporting my people. Well, all people, but also my people. What were you going to say before it cut out? I don't know, Phil. What was I saying before it cut out? Jeff, I live the football game after the coin toss. I don't watch football. Ricky Jared, what is your stance on religion? I begrudge no one their faith so long as their faith harms no one. Philip Perucci, I think something along the lines of Philip. Philip has confirmed. Um, you said something about breakfast, and I thought I saw another line about breakfast. So it was clarified, or at least I should have said clarified, not confirmed. But something about breakfast. Oh, you see, yes. You see, said the blind man. Ricky Jared, that's valid. I've been good friends with some great Christians and Jewish people alike. Um, to be completely honest with you, Ricky, um, I'm not really a people person in general. I mean, you might like he's a really chill dude, but no, I'm generally unpleasantly depressed, and it's like this, dude. I have new neighbors, and they live across the street from me, and one of them's actually a rather attractive Asian woman. It's an Asian family. I don't know if that's the daughter or whatever, but she has a Tesla, so she does drive. And it's like the person that, or the being that lives across the street that I really want to meet is the family dog. I think I'd get along with the dog. So, uh, let's, let's look here. Why do we have an advertisement for batteries? So Philip Hirochi was talking about breakfast. Yeah, every time I eat breakfast, I get super hungry after, and if I skip breakfast, I can wait until lunch. That is weird. What are you having for breakfast? Because if you're having something with a high glycemic index, that can make you hungry. There are foods that make you hungrier. In fact, diabetes. And they're like, you're going to eat more, or you're going to want to eat more because your body is not getting what it's used to getting. But, it's like breakfast. If you're eating sugar cereal, you're more likely to be hungry later. It makes you hungry. It tells your body this is the time of the fruit, the time of the plenty, and it's time to pack on the pounds. Jeff, I had a dream last night. I ate a giant marshmallow. When I woke up, my pillow was gone. Oh, you spent a lot of time on the toilet, didn't you? Willis, would you be interested in a 3,100 bill for your Civic, sir? What? Oh, 3,100 bills. No. I don't even think that would cover the. No, it would not cover the price, the value of the Civic at this point. It might cover the value, but it's an old Civic. I'll grant you that. Phil Brochi, what was the most dangerous religion, dangerous practices? Um, well, it was either the Incans or the Mayans that used to cut people open, rip their heart out, and rub it over the teeth of their death gods. So, I guess that. Jeff, the more I deal with people, the more I love my pets. Yes. Phil Brochi, that would be hard for me as well to introduce myself to new neighbor. Um, be honest with you, Philip. My my neighbors have already talked to the new neighbor, and I'm pretty sure they don't like me, but I don't concern myself. Usually eggs, toast with peanut butter, and sometimes sugar cereal. Yeah, I mean, one thing that does happen for breakfast is that you are waking up the stomach. I mean, you could try one ditching the sugar cereal. You really, Philip, I mean, this is coming from the wrong source, but you want to wake up with antioxidants, all right? Like, breakfast is a time for blueberries and strawberries and boysenberries. And that's what's good for you, okay? You're getting protein and starch. The eggs are protein and the toast is starch. And if it's white toast, it would make sense that it's making you hungrier. But I mean, just remember that it's going to be things like fruit that have the antioxidant properties that prevent aging. So, I mean, that's just one of those things. Ricky Jared, gotcha. I'm more pro social and more dumb when I am a few beers deep, like tonight. I am Hunsey has already been timed out. He was saying something about Palestine. And Phil Perochi says they don't like you. Screw. Ah, yes. Well, I don't know if they don't like me. They just don't talk to me. Jeff, my dog went on strike. He hates my cooking. Phil Brochi, they are missing out. Yes, they are. Wisdom 1, are you a coffee or a soda in the morning kind of guy? Uh, I'm a coffee guy. I can't have soda anymore. Phil Brochi, thanks, Neil. I'll try to eat more fruit in the morning. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like I say, I mean, for my condition, like they say, eat sprouted grain bread, which tastes terrible. But, you know, but it's, you want antioxidants to keep the body in proper motion. Jeff, I am neurotic. Every time they go into a Hubble in football game, I think they're talking about me. Well, that's funny because I know they're talking about me. Cajun Wizard, I agree. I like to do 100 sit-ups, then take a shot of apple cider vinegar and a big glass of water. Then, eck, a big crap to get the day started. Yeah, a common breakfast for a cutting routine is black coffee and grapefruit. And that is supposed to get you burning calories. It's very low in calories itself, and it's supposed to really kick something about grapefruit in particular. It's supposed to really kick the body into motion. Tristan Smith, $2. Have a good night, buddy. Thank you, Tristan. Willis, no sugar or carbs for breakfast. That will make you crash. Eggs cooked with real butter, chicken sausage, and bacon need fat and protein for breakfast. No refined carbs for breakfast is what you're probably looking for there. Although it does depend on what your workout routine is. There's no such thing as the perfect diet. You need to have a diet that reflects your activity level. El Bizarro, stream clarity is shitty, like my first marriage. Rick and Jared, what causes more arguments, religion or politics? Ricky Jared, you know religion and politics are the same thing in the United States of America. I mean, everybody's got to love Orange Jesus, don't they? Phil Brochi, how old does the Asian chick across the street look? I mean, Asians can look younger than what they are, haha. I really didn't get a good look at her. And she's definitely been on the American diet. Doesn't look like Asian. Looks like an American Asian. But I'd say she looked about 35, really, but from a distance. I mean, I was coming out of my house, I was rushing to get to work, and she just waves at me and says hi. And I'm like, okay, hi. I think they're learning that my other neighbors suck, so like the people that suck said that I'm not a good person. Anybody's awful. Philip, flip her upside down and read her tag. Phil Brochi, speaking of taking a dump, I took one at Anime Expo and it sounded like something in the next stall was reviewing the toilet paper, maybe a YouTuber. It's weird how people think so much about toilet paper. I mean, Fred Chambers, I'm holding my comment. You're holding something else, Fred. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. El Pistafo. Thanks, Tristan. Phil Brochi. Haha, El Pistafo. Phil Brochi. Tristan. Clapping. Tristan Smith. Carbs for breakfast in Europe are great. That's all they eat. So here's a question for you guys. Can you have a balanced meal that includes cookies? Jeff, my friend lived to be 102 only eating Brussels sprouts and lettuce. My friend lived to be 102 eating Brussels sprouts and lettuce. I will take my chances. Mike Wazowski. What's good, my ninja? Phil Brochi. Farmer Boys has great breakfast. Yeah, I mean, there isn't really one close to me or on my way to work. I guess there gotta be one on my way to work, but be out of my way. Cajun Wizard, what's your take on raw veggie diet or fish diet? To be honest with you, Cajun Wizard, we cook things for a reason. right? The raw diet, it's uh, don't want to offend religious people, but most scientists believe Homo sapiens evolved after the genus Homo adopted fire. And really, the human brain requires a lot of nutrients. So, in order for you to think straight, it's really hard to be a vegetarian in general, and even harder to survive off raw vegetables. And raw vegetables have their place, but we cook vegetables to get more nutrients out of them. Philip Rochi, 9.99. 2 hour stream tonight, please. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh. El Bizarro. Western female Asian fumpa. What's a fumpa? Oporochi should have flashed her the old pecker. Asian American women seem to have more meat on them. Lol. Yeah, wheat is actually a much denser nutrient than rice, apparently. And we have a lot more hormones in our food. The Asian diet in general is far more diverse, whereas Asians never completely gave away their hunter-gatherer nature. They simply added farming. We exclusively farm our food. So our food tends to be much more nutrient dense, which is one of the reasons we are so much larger. I mean, it's like if you look at a sumo wrestlers eat once a day because they're trained to be ravenous. That's how they pack on the pounds. So, I mean, restaurants that cater to sumo wrestlers like advance notice because they eat so much. Most Asians, the smaller stature of the Asian is typical of the diet. That's where it comes from. Rice is not as nutritious as wheat. Jeff, I went on a fish diet. I had cravings for worms. Ew. Willis. Yeah, but they also have real bread in Europe. Almost all bread here in the States is not real bread. Has tons of crap in that, not good for you. Yeah, one of the big things about a lot of the bread I consume when I go to fast food restaurants, it has the quality of having food grade plastic in it. And this makes the bread lower calorie and lighter because you pass the plastic. But it also doesn't have the girth. It's easier to crush food grade plastic in bread. So that's one of the problems. And that's why, like, you'll see the buns of a lot of fast food restaurants don't hold up because they have plastic in the bread. Willis! Oh, read that one. Cajun Wizard, I had to take a dump once at RV Park, and it was no toilet paper. Let's just say I really miss the Nike shirt. Okay, Willis, damn, Cajun should have used these socks and saved the shirt. Well, Brochi, I see, said the blind man. Dutch must be doing things right because they are all really tall. The Dutch, I don't know about. I believe the Icelanders are so tall because of their high milk and cheese content or consumption. And that's just one of those things. The only thing you can really have there is cows. So, large tradition. One of the things about having, say, cheese at every meal, cheese is not only rich in hormones, but it's rich in neurotransmitters. So it does stimulate the brain. But, you know, in America, we have far less diversity in the cheese we consume. It's like when I make a cheese salad, it's generally because I found weird cheese at the grocery store, and I'm like, weird cheese. Let me try this. And then I cut up the weird cheese and I put it in my salad, and people are like, "Yes, weird cheese salad. Yeah, it is." But I believe European cheeses also tend to be aged longer, which would change their nutrient content and flavor. Jeff, my wife chased me around the house with a tennis racket. I taught her I sold her shoes. What? Josh from Jersey, how do you make a hormone with glands? Rochi, what was the worst thing you have ever ate? Oh. That is a tough question. I mean, I know that my brother's record is balut, which is a Filipino dish. But I don't know. I think halo halo is probably the worst thing. It must have been bad halo halo, but I mean, I once had a Asian salad that made me vomit, but put me off Asian salads for the rest of my life. Cajun Wizard, I want to do a 7-day water fast, Richard. What's your take on that, bro? Don't do it. 7 days is too long. Um, like if you absolutely insist, I would recommend take a multivitamin or electrolytes to go with it. But 7 days is simply too long. A 1 day fast is stimulating for the body, but a 7 day fast is just too much. Phil Perchi, I ate fried shrimp from a Thai restaurant for dinner, and on my way to karaoke, I was puking nonstop for over 45 minutes on a random hillside. Well, El Bistafo, two house flies land on dog poop. Second turns to the first and says, "This tastes like shit." Phil Brochi, I've heard people that claim they don't eat anything and only drink water for over a month, but that must be impossible. Um, it's not necessarily impossible, it's just not advisable. I mean, there are abnormal people, you know, they could store nutrients differently, but it's like, here's the thing, if you're going to fast, don't drive, because it's harder for you to drive. You know, I could actually probably fast for a couple of days and be fine because I'm a diabetic. My blood sugar is naturally high. If I don't take my insulin, I could fast for longer. But if I do take my insulin, I could crash and then literally crash my car. John Storm, I've had cocaine from the Thai restaurant. It was just fine. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's ever been actual cocaine that's bad, unless they just sold you baking soda. Bill Brochi, any of the Bang nurses have massive knocker? No, no. They were all rather bite-sized. Philip or El Pistafo, Philip, the one in my imagination do. Josh from Jersey, do you drive fast on a fast? No. Phil Perochi, El laughing. El is also laughing. Phil Perochi, bite-sized. Bite-sized. Can fit the whole boob in your mouth? Bite-sized. Willis, bite... Why do you guys think that's so funny? I don't know. That does remind me I should probably upload my content for the night. It is hard to do this because the light's in my face. And you're all looking at my armpit. Okay. El Bizarro, I miss having women around. Yeah. I once didn't have women around. God, I was hard all the time. It was just like, clunk. And I had this supervisor whose stomach looked like this giant boob. It was like, go away. Phil Perochi, background picture. It's a flower on grass. El Bizarro, that's what she said. Fred Chambers, what do you do on your off day for fun? I don't really have fun on my off days. I mean, my idea of fun is mostly watching movies, and so I do that on my on days because I have a YouTube channel where I watch movies. Steve the Gypsy, what's crackin', homeboy? Not much there, Steve. Phil Brochi, what does Mr. Fabulous do for fun? It's not what, it's who. Who does Mr. Fabulous do for fun? And the answer is everyone he can get his hands on. Phil Brochi, can we get a Jurassic Park 1 movie review? That's actually in the 1001 movies list, so it's scheduled, but I have a lot of movies to get to. El Pitafo, Neal is international bang nurse hunter on off days, bite-sized. Is bite-sized gonna go up there with It's Okay? It's like, well, they were bite-sized. They were just adorable. Cajun Wizard, bite-sized. Phil Brochi, it's okay, Mr. Fabulous. Yes, it is. You guys can be the first to see this. El Bizarro, up there with What Happened to Thumb. Phil Perochi, Rusty Dog. Working on an intro for Fat Man Getting Fit. Assuming it will actually play. No, it won't play. I'm gonna have to give that one a pause for the moment. Oh. Cajun Wizard, what's your 3 favorite states? 3 favorite states? I don't have 3 favorite states. I don't even have favorite states. I mean, I guess I've spent the most time in California. Then there would be Pennsylvania. And I don't know, New York. Jeff, I will find $1 $5 on the low. When $5 on the lottery, I decided to take the monthly payments. Fred Chambers, I'm looking for things to do on my off day. What do you like, Fred? I mean, mostly on the off days, people drink and chase tail. It's what you do. I mean, where do you live? Can Mr. Fabulous come over and do things to you on your off day? El Pistafo, Jeff won short bus Olympics. Philip Rochi, have you ever thought about P90X? I have the DVDs somewhere if you want them. What is P90X? Free P90X. Oh, it's a workout thing. Okay. No, honestly, haven't. Josh from Jersey, fat guy in a teeny skin coat, sung like Farley. Okay, Isaac Day. Should I go to work tomorrow? It's almost 1 a.m. and my shift starts at 7 a.m. Feeling tired. Well, get some sleep, dumbass. Bill Brochi, I'll never forget why someone, or when someone asked, got any jokes? Then you say the American healthcare system. I didn't think it was that funny, but okay. Josh from Jersey, wrong. New Jersey is the best. New Jersey? What's good about New Jersey? Jeff, I went to the doctor and told him I couldn't pee. He told me I peed enough. Fred Chambers, thanks for all your help. Phil Brochi, what does the doctor say to Mr. Fabulous when he gets a physical? Oh. After the doctor gives Mr. Fabulous a physical, he smokes a cigarette. It's very, very physical. Koken Productions. Your mods suck, Big Pumpkin. They put me timeout last time for no reason. You're kind of a dick. Bill Perochi, we need you to do a stand-up gig. Cajun Wizard, did you hear about the paper in Cali who blew his hand off on the 4th of July with a homemade M80 firecracker? Do you honestly expect me to believe only one person did that in California? Philip Rochi, Mr. Griffin, that's not a growth. That's your penis. Ow. And the, testicles. Ow. Phil Brochi, those M80s are loud. Yeah, ain't nothing compared to a quarter stick, though. This house doesn't burn down slowly. To ashes, and I'm never changing who I am. Phil Brochi, I thought the M80 was the biggest firecracker you can buy. No? A quarter stick is named that because it's a quarter stick of dynamite. You know, so they're very dangerous and they're very large. I mean, I don't think they're actual dynamite. I think they're like TNT or something, but you know, they're. I mean, the M8 like they actually used to have M100s. You know, so no, they're a big fix. Ugh. El Bizarro, if you get timed out, it's because you're an idiot. Bill Brochi. Haha, Cajun Clover update. I haven't spoken to Clover in a couple of days now. He's. Last time I saw him, he smelled like crap and he was eating tuna fish. Cajun Wizard, Philip Rochi. Yes, they're loud and dangerous like my ex-wife. El Pistafo, Cajun, I think I'm on her OnlyFans. Okay. Phil Brochi, what went wrong with your previous marriage, Cajun and L? Jeff, I was fired from a Las Vegas hotel for saying the word ish when the big game was called crap. It's called craps, I believe, not crap. El Pistafo, they were hoes. Cajun Wizard, too much Philip Lowell. Philip Rochi, dang, sorry, Brother L. Willis, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. Philip Rochi, sorry, Cajun. Yeah, the thing about human beings and sex is, we have the XY situation. You look at your ex and ask yourself why. Cajun Wizard, lol, it's cool, bro. Phil Brochi, ha ha ha. Cajun Wizard, ha ha ha. Okay, I said something funny. El Pizafo, thank you, Brother Philip. It was a rough time. Phil Brochi, bite size is off the menu. I bet, El. Yeah. El Pizafo, speaking of rough, bite sized and ponytail. Again, I don't know why you guys think that is so funny. Willis, if women didn't have to talk with their mouths and just do other things, they would be amazing. Yeah. I had this one teacher in college, and she kept talking about how she was single and she'd spend way too much time bent over her bag. And it was like, you look at her and think the only reason someone would stick something in your mouth is to shut you the F up. Philip Rochi, has a girl ever broken your heart, Rich? No, not really. Um, I mean, I got stupid over a girl once or twice, but what generally happens is that when I got stupid over a girl, she eventually, I showed her true colors, and I was like, ugh, I hate you now. But as far as the whole broken heart thing, like, nah, it's just not me. I could never let people that close to me, it's not something I can do. Respect women, but not today. Why are people mean to Israel? Because, respect women, but not today. If you unite a people in hatred, they won't notice that you're not fulfilling their needs. This is a thing that dictators do. You know, if you look at Israel, they make our lives better. I can guarantee you cell phones are more effective. Their medical technology has changed the world. and they're coming up with equipment that keeps our soldiers safe. Okay, Israel makes the modern world better, and everyone hates them for it. And Bizarro, no matter how beautiful a woman is, some dude somewhere is sick of her shit. Philip Rochi, if you pursue a woman that's hitting on you at a club, would you get in trouble? I don't know. I mean, if I pursue staff, I could get in trouble. But, oh, I'm bleeding. Yeah. I don't know what would happen. I mean, I don't know if the club would actually know that. I mean, it's like, if she complained, I could get in trouble, but, if she didn't complain, obviously, like, they can't say, you can't go out with the girls that go to the club because, like, then it would be like, oh, if I'm dating some chick, she can't come to the club, like, F you. Willis, do you think you will ever want kids? I want kids. I do. But, here's the thing, Willis. My childhood was fucking hell. I don't want that for my children. You know, I want to be able to raise children who, you know, are well adjusted. Phil Brochi, adoption? No, I want my kids. Not opposed to adopt. I mean, if I were wealthy enough, I would adopt. Joseph or Josh from Jersey, what's a dictator? New recipe? Well, dictator can really mean many things. Sometimes it's simply a potato that a woman uses in a certain way, and that's a dictator. And I mean, if I wouldn't eat that dictator afterwards because it would taste like fish. El Bizarro, having children is a scam. Eh. Philip Rochi, opinion on girls that have guy friends. Doesn't every woman have some men that are friends with them? You know, you can't say that your significant other can't have opposite gender friends. It doesn't work that way. I mean, and yeah, she may have like who she'll replace you with if you go bad, but I mean, Philip, true, yeah. I I had a friend, or I have a friend, who one of her exes was really weird and controlling, and like he went into her email and deleted every email from another guy, and he'd go into her accounts while she was at work and like go insult her guy friends to get them to leave her alone, and um, yeah, was a real nightmare relationship. But one of the things about not trusting people is you don't trust people because you're not trustworthy much of the time. So I mean, it's like, yeah, some of us don't trust people because we've been bit too many times. Some people don't trust people because they're the ones not trustworthy. I mean, I knew a guy who thought his wife cheated on him with his dad. And I looked at his dad and I thought, like, and I can see why the dad's into that, but not why the wife is into that. Philip Rochi, oh, one of my exes wouldn't let me visit my family, do judo, or even let me drive my car with my window down. She was crazy. Sounds like it. I mean, sometimes you love someone so much you want to keep them all to yourself. That's called kidnapping, and it's illegal. Cajun Wizard, I once had an ex that used to stand over my bed and look at me sleep. She said I was cheating on her in my dreams. You were cheating on her in her dreams. Phil Brochi, didn't know why I was so stupid back then, lol. Were you under 25? Because that would explain it. Myelination of the prefrontal cortex was not complete. Willis, y'all had some weird women. Oh, yeah. Philip Roach, I think it was right at 25. Okay, so maybe you were a little of a late bloomer. Does happen. Mentally, I'm still blooming. Ha ha. Ugh. El Bizarro, I noticed AI women are AOL. Yes. AWOL. AWOL. Tim Durbridge. Hi, Richard from New Zealand. How's your night going? That's alright. You know, if anybody was wondering, this is closer to what the original image looked like for the background tonight. Willis, Richard, you still nursing that Monster Java, or you finished? I finished it. Monster Javas don't last long around me. Philip Rochi, I know some guys that travel to the Philippines and get a pretty hot girl, bring them back to the States, have kids act. Ugh. El Bislavo, thanks for popping in, Tim. Scott Plus, hope you are doing well. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Scott. Thought there was something on my phone. Philip Rochi, K or Tim? Hmm? Alvaro Cadavera. Jeff, good night. Scott Plus, it's always cool seeing you online. I'm online a lot. I don't see a lot of you. Well, it's good to see you this time. Philip Rochi, all the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray. Sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California, California, dreaming on such a winter's day. El Bizarro, Neil has bite size on standby. You guys are really running with that one. You know, I think I'm going to have to look up the California Dreaming lyrics and memorize them for Philip here. Phil Brochi, how big of a woman would you date, Rich? It's not about size. It's about shape. You know, it's like women, much like men, if they have a good personality, their size can be forgotten. What the crap? What do you mean, what the crap? Scott Plus, sorry I don't interact online, but I see you almost every day. I appreciate you. Alright, bro. I mean. El Pizafo, so bite size walks into a room. Scott Plus, Mamas and Papas. Yes, California Dreaming by the Mamas and Papas. For some reason, Philip really enjoys hearing me sing that song. So, I should probably memorize the lyrics. Phil Brochi, does ethnicity matter to you? No. Not really. Cajun Wizard, I once dated a lady 5'2" and 506 pounds. Her nickname was Tugboat. Well, she can tug my boat any day. Phil Brochi, how about religious or political references? Tugboat, haha. um, obviously, I would rather go out with somebody who's got similar beliefs to me. But I mean, it's a person's actions that one has to watch out for, not their beliefs. Elvis Afo. Neil's voice is soothing for 35 out of 34 first-time murderers. Phil Brochi, what if she has kids? I've dated women who have kids. Scott Plus. Creek Alley by the Mamas and Papas? I don't think I've ever heard that one. Okay. Creek Alley, the history of the Mamas and Papas is actually their bio, apparently. Elvis Avol, kids are bad. Scott Plus, I think you should look into voice acting. I've been told that. I've actually done a lot. If you look at my IMDb, there is quite a bit of voice acting there. Although it was all on one YouTube channel that didn't pay me. Oborochi, that crazy ex I was with, two kids, different father. She didn't tell one of the fathers that he had a son, so that the other father assumed both kids were his. She was also married to another guy. I know a guy who thinks he has a kid. He's not sure. And the mom's like, if you want to know, you need to pay child support. El Bizafo, a woman replaces child support for deadbeat with new money that works. Philip Rochi, she also get arrested for embezzlement. Do you feel like the system is more favorable towards women talking about child support? It is. I mean, it used to be, it was a thing that if a man got divorced, like the woman took the kids and the man just had nothing to do with them after that. He was no longer a part of their life. Although, I mean, typically speaking, the children stay with the mother. It's just the system is kind of biased. That's how the system works. Almost every system has some kind of bias. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like in one of the universes I write in. There's a tribe called the Redstone, and they're like, we do not acknowledge gender on a legal standpoint. Gender is a matter of, a person's preference, but like when they talk about maternity leave, they consider a man and wife to be of one flesh. So not only is the woman supposed to get maternity leave, so is the man. Of course, this is science fiction, so they could implant an embryo in a man, no problem. You could carry the baby if you want to. It is awful. System favors women and enables bad decisions to continue. Yes. Hilbrochi, is marriage important to you, or if you found a woman and had kids, would that be enough for you? I'd have to be there before I figured it out. Dang, L, that's some true stuff. Yeah, Scott Plus. Cool, I didn't know you had an IMDb page. Yeah, just search Richard Leland Neal. You'll find my IMDb page. Josh from Jersey, do they mention homosexuals in the Torah? Um, it's a matter of interpretation. I mean, it's more thought of that women have relations, but do understand, Josh, that when they say a man shall not lie with another man as though he were a woman, it essentially means we need you to have kids. I mean, we believed at the time that not having children was akin to murder. Like, my people would look down on me for being my age and not having children. I'd be looked at as a bad person. Oh. El Pistafo, what's IMDb page? International Movie Database. Scott Plus, Twist and Shout, Mamas and Papas. I didn't know they did Twist and Shout. Phil Perochi, Richard Leland Neal is known for Absurd TV Show, 2015, and Crack House Bust, A Fable, 2017, from Google. And yeah, Cajun Wizard, that's abomination. Where's my sister? Scott Plus, a music reaction channel would be fun. Yeah, but it would not be monetizable. El Pistafo, Titty pic shown. Josh from Jersey, you ever thought about being a rabbi? No. Don't think I'd make a very good rabbi. Martin, hi. First time chat here. What do you think of Gabe Owner books? Martin, you have a dirty mind. Scott Plus, like seahorses? Yes, they're related to leafy sea dragons, which are awesome. Phil Brochi, if a woman starts off a connection with you purely based on sex, is that a bad start for a relationship? Should the stuff take time? You know, Philip, there's no such thing as a good start for a relationship, really. If you're happy, if it makes you happy, then do it. You know, it's that old song. You know, if it makes you happy, then it can't be all bad. If it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so sad? Well, Rochi, I can't figure this crap out with women. Always doesn't work out. Yeah. I mean, look, Philip, in order for women to work out, you both have to be on the same page. You have to genuinely want to make it work. And Pistafo, seahorses aren't bite-sized. Some of them are. Post 220, why is your camera quality so... I don't know, dude. It's fine on my end. TOL Cheeseburger, why do people film themselves on live stream? Weird. El Pistafo, Neil is giving bad advice. Oh, Brochi, I need some advice from Mr. Fabulous. Haha. Mr. Fabulous's advice is do it. Do her. Even do him. I mean, you know, so long as there's lots of doing going on. Oh, Brochi, Tio is pretty creepy. Yes. Willis. Chiclet Tatas. TO2 Cheeseburger. No, I said filled themselves sleeping. That's still weird. Scott Plus, your camera is fine. Fulbrochi, Tio, they are pretty creepy, not you sorry. No, I think he's. Why would you even bring that up? El Pizzoffo. Yep, bad advice. Yeah. My stepmother was a whore. Theo L. Cheeseburger. Philip. Oh, okay. Willis. I always heard it from more than a handful. It's a waste. What is? Well, Rochi, bite size or full mouth? Haha. Oh, full mouth is better. El Bizdafo, Pong or not bite size? Theo 2 Cheeseburger. Richard, sorry for being rude before. I am in anger management now. Eh. If it keeps people entertained. Stopped in to a church. Scott Plus, my stepmom beat me. Did she wash her hands afterwards? Cajun Wizard, I wonder who win the farting competition in Mississippi. My sister, without going to Mississippi. They were all farting, and then my sister goes, and all the faces melt off. And the judges are like, from California! El Pistafo, Google Pog definition. Okay. POG is a slang acronym that stands for. I see. Okay, yes. Phil Brochi, I've seen Tio in other streams, and he is a good dude. Tio, Scott, your stepmom beat me too. Philip, thank you. El Bizarro, Scottish, was it off? Cajun Wizard is laughing. Phil Brochi, your sister's gas must be something out of the world, out of this world. It's the stench of brimstone from hell itself. El Bizarro, click image. Tio, I miss Cajun food a lot. Cajun Wizard, Tio, I never cooked for you. Scott Plus, so you have a mean streak, Richard. Phil Barocci, Neal is having pog stroke. I did definition, I didn't go, didn't do image. Scott Plus, I thought you were a kind man. I am a kind man. I just hate my sister because she's tried to steal from me. Oh, Brochi, is your brother-in-law a good dude? No. He's the kind of person that you talk to him with your fists. He doesn't understand anything else. Cajun Wizard, I know too it was a joke, lol. El Bizarro, Amazing Amanda is having cat trouble now. Tio. Message retracted. Oberucci, how is your brother doing now? How would I know? I have a restraining order against him. Tio, I just got a job doing overnight security patrol. Really, where? Not that I would want such a job because, you know, I don't like patrol. In Texas, Richard also does security. Yes, I do. Charlie Jones, Mr. Fabulous, loves being fabulous. Oh, yes, I do. Willis, all my exes live in Texas. Tio, it's mostly dealing with homeless tweakers. Well, are there any other kind? Scott Plus, I'm sorry. I hope this outlet helps you. Uh, Josh from Jersey, you ever see the movie Armed and Dangerous? Great security guard movie. I think I have, but I don't remember it. T.O., but all have my pew pew with me, so I'm good. And a bunch of less lethals. Phil Brochi, has people tried to punch you before, Richard, at your old job with the homeless and now at the club? I once had somebody break the time clock over my face, so yes. Charlie Jones, are you talking about T.O. Cheeseburger? Willis, just don't forget, other people got pew pews too. Well, T.O. Cheeseburger, Willis, we go to a stream, not singular. Still weird looking at Neil Patrick Harris at this age. There's a commercial on my computer. Phil Brochi, time clock over the face. Damn, bro. Yeah, she was so tweaked. Cajun Wizard, I once got my ass kicked by a crackhead named Elroy. Ugh, that must have been embarrassing. A crackhead named Elroy, huh? Charlie Jones! Hey, T.O. Cheeseburger! Oh, I could use a cheeseburger right now. Bill Brochi, were you armed at the homeless shelter? No, I was not. Scott Plus, the movie Falling Down. Yep, seen that, saw that in theaters, in fact, with my father. I'm old. I am old, but I am also old. Are you old? Yes, I am old, but not obsolete, but old. El Bizafo, Charlie, you make a donation today? Scott Plus, be safe out there, Richard. I'll try, bro. My job is not very stable right now. There may be some legal business that removes the job itself. Not that I did anything wrong. Scott Cajun Wizard. He was strong as an ox. Crack gave him superpowers. He was like a real life Avengers. Well, real life B Avengers, really. Willis, Richard, why don't you have a firearm for security? I don't get it. To be completely honest with you, it is so hard to find a job with a firearm, and you don't make that much more. I mean, there are jobs that require firearms that pay less than what I get. Charlie Jones, cats. Yes, you're probably hearing Isolde nursing. T.O., I am Samson, so I'm not afraid of anything bad happening. Bill Brochi, what's more dangerous, the crackhead or the man-ass festival? The crackhead. Man-ass isn't dangerous, it's just man-ass. Do not fear the crack of the man-ass. Bill Brochi, Talufa Lava Tio. El Bizafo, Neal. Bite-sized at work. Tio, Philip, you know more than I do. Scott Plus, I got stabbed 4 times by a gay guy named Persis with a dirty screwdriver. Well, that must have hurt. El Bizafo, cool, Charlie, thanks. Phil Brochi, Tio. Charlie Jones, cheeseburger is half the salmon. T.O. Cheeseburger, Scott Sheesh. Phil Brochi, purses? Ha ha ha. T.O. Philip, I was raised in a Texas, not in the islands. Scott Plus, yep, purses. Well, better purses than little bitch. I mean, if you got stabbed by a little bitch, man, would you get laughed at? Cajun Wizard, I was a security guard and my boss gave me a flashlight and 2 quarters to use the payphone and call the cops if ish got out of hand. Philip Rochi, oh, I see though. It was a full 3 hour stream. I don't know if I can do that, dude. Charlie Jones, I used to do hospital security and I worked in the psychiatric intensive care unit. Scott Plus, yep, purses. He said he was a member of the Elderberry Fairies. Oh, the Elderberry Fairies. Well, they make good wine. Tio, Scott, I've done security for 5 years now, and I never stand close to anyone. Phil Birchie, how big is the biggest security guard you've ever seen, Rich? About 500 pounds. Willis, someone raised in Texas, I bet Tio is a big some dish. El Pistofo, stop being a pussy and do it. Tio, Philip, my friend, John does nightclub security at he's 7'2", 420. God damn. El Pistofo, 500, Phil Perochi, 500? Yeah, he was a big dude. Charlie Jones, the prison mental health boards were easier because as prisoners, they actually had something to lose and are under different laws. Phil Birchie. God damn, T.O., that's a big boy. T.O. Cheeseburger, but his super nice. Being big doesn't make you nasty. Cajun Wizard, I worked in a mental jail, and I quit after I got hit in the face with a turd. Well, it happens. I mean, you know... At least it wasn't Phantorum. Scott Plus, that gay tweak would have lit me, any one of you up. It was awful. Sorry, Neal. Toby made me chat fat. T.O., I'm 6 foot 285. Phil Perochi, biggest woman at the club you've ever seen, Richard. That would be hard to say, but I mean, like, there was one chick that was bigger than me, and she was showing a lot of skin because she had a lot of it to show. But I mean, that's body positive. Philip Rochi, big dude though. Willis, Cajun got hit with that butt juice. Charlie Jones, one prisoner was covered in ish and decided to piss in a cup before taking a sip. Cajun Wizard, I'm 6'6". El Bizafo, 4 hour stream. T.O. Scott, you ever seen someone get hit with a taser and pepper spray at the same time? Charlie Jones, I'm 6'1". Scott Plus, yes, 2. Alright, guys, we've got about 15 minutes left here. And the stream does appear to be slowing down a bit. I mean, can't complain. Pretty good stream, actually, but it is slowing down a bit. Texas pew-pew laws are different than other states. It's Texas. If you're not carrying a firearm, you're a homosexual. El Pizafo, good night, Mookie. Phil Brochi, craziest people at the homeless shelter, Rich, some that stand out in your head. I met a man who said he was Jesus. Thought I was the Rear Admiral. Scott Plus, yo, yes, Theo, I've been first person for it. I didn't need any milk. Charlie Jones, tell Cheeseburger I said hello again, please. T.O. Richard, that would be a great tea shot. What? Sure. What would be a great T-shirt? Zion Gumdrop plays. Oh, hey, bud. Hope you had a good day. Yeah, stay safe. What's up, bro? Jeff, I had a dream about being covered in tuna fish. Scott Plus, thanks, Richard. T.O. Cheeseburger, what you just said about pew-pews. In Texas, if you don't have a gun, you're gay? That would be a good T-shirt. Cajun Wizard, great live tonight, Richard. Thank you. Bill Birchie, how long have you been doing security, Rich? Since 1998. T.O., that's great T-shirt idea. I don't know. I would, if I were a graphic artist, I would have Godzilla wearing a yarmulke, and I would put Kaiju. Cheeseburger, armed in Texas makes more than unarmed. Yeah, look, in California, it can vary. I mean, if you have your own gun, there are jobs that pay more, but they also mean more work. So it's a trade-off. Phil Brochi, first security job was at the homeless shelter. No, first security job was at a torque wrench factory. Cajun Wizard, I would order that T-shirt. Would be a great gift for my grandmother. Does your grandmother have a gun in Texas? Oh. Welcome to Richard's Fat Man Getting Fit. Welcome to Richard's Fat Man Getting Fit. I'm Richard. I'm on the road to a healthier me, and you can come along with me. I started. Okay, that's not working. You see if I can change that a bit. Yeah, this is running very slowly for some reason. Phil Brochi, new video, intro to a new video. Scott Plus, Kaiju, yes. No, the kittens are restless. T.O., the only security I hate doing is retail. Scott Plus, copyright Kaiju Diddy. T.O., bye all, I'm off. Ed Bizuffle, bite size for the win. Willis, here kitty kitty. Later T.O. Was it hard for you to lose 50 pounds? No, it actually wasn't, but I lost over a long time. Okay, so this is the new intro for Richard's Fat Man Getting Fit. Let me see if I can actually play it. Welcome to Richard's Fat Man Getting Fit. I'm Richard, and I'm on a road to a healthier me, and you can come along with me. I started my journey at 415 pounds, and I am here to share my health advice, talk about what I'm doing to transform my life, and generally share my exploits as a person trying to navigate the world of health in modern America. What do you guys, I mean, obviously you're looking at it backwards, but what do you guys think of that? Phil Broach, I need to check out the Fat Man Getting Fit videos. Cajun Wizard, what's the fastest way to lose weight? Stand in ice water up to your neck. Sucks, and you'll die, but I mean, it is the fastest way to lose weight. Phil Brochi, I need nice. Jeff, that was very good. I did the audio at work, and it was really echoey, so I don't know. Phil Brochi, so your heaviest ever was 415. Yeah, my heaviest ever was 415. Willis, pretty simple. Burn more calories than you eat. Willis, he said the fastest way to lose weight, and standing in ice water burns more calories than running at full speed. So, that is the most strenuous you can do is the ice water thing. Um, also you could subsist almost entirely off vegetables, and they have such low nutrition value that you would lose weight. Scott Plus, you should start selling T-shirts. I've thought about it. Cajun Wizard, damn, I will die. Yeah. What's the fastest way to lose weight and live? Phil Brogy, I hit 3,000 calories COVID. Um, well, Cajun Wizard, the faster you lose weight, the more dangerous it is. Okay, so the question being, how much exercise do you want to do? Like, if you went on a 4-hour hike every day, brisk hike, you'd gain a lot of cardiovascular health very quickly. And then, it's like you can lose weight by, having 90% of your diet be celery. It's almost impossible for you to maintain your weight off celery. And, you'll get a lot of water from it and it'll come out the other end. So, Jeff, you're doing great. Congratulations. No, I gained 6 pounds since the hospital. Scott Plus, I like it. Nice intro. Well, Brochi, what is your goal weight, Richard? I do not actually have a goal weight because my medical condition requires me to pack on muscle. So my goal is to be more muscular. Scott Plus, I'm Persto. I am personally doing 30 pounds stopped drinking soda. Well, Brochi, thank you for the long stream, brother. Cajun Wizard, great intro. Yeah, guys, we have about 5 minutes left. I mean, I can't stay here all night. Oh, I have many things to do. Kevin Gooney, I'm El Pistafo. No, you're not. El Pistafo, Rusty Dog, killed off by Bite Sized. Huh? Phil Brochi, what's the plan for packing on muscle? Mostly weight training. Willis, Phillips, send them another 20, make them stay another hour. Cajun Wizard, I'm going to bed, you guys. You all take care. Josh from Jersey, why not take Ozempic or Zepund? Their work great. Because my father nearly killed himself with weight loss drugs. My doctor wants to give me Ozempic. Phil Brochi, next stream, Willis. You guys, man. Willis, game over, game over, game over. Elbrochi, do you have a curl bar? Yes, I do. It's buried under crap, but I have one. I mostly have dumbbells, and I have a power cage, which is a squat bench with some other stuff attached to it. Josh from Jersey, what does your father experience have to do with 2025 you? I don't like drugs. Cajun Wizard, I knew a guy who lost 120 pounds fast, and all it took was a little crack. Well, more than a little. Well, Brochi, what will you do after the stream? Probably sleep. Hey, Bizuffle, Charlie Jones! Scott Plus, yes, squats. Yeah, a great way to regulate blood sugar is through body weight squats. Jordan Watt, yo Richard, potty with your cats. Let's have an all-night taco party. Well, I mean, every night is an all-night taco party with Mr. Fabulous, 'cause he loves tacos. Phil Birchie, Mr. Fabulous favorite exercise. Being fabulous burns all the calories I need. Scott Plus, I suck, but a huge amount of our muscle mass is in our legs. It sucks, yeah. Elvis Duffel, fish tacos, Willis. Calisthenics are good also. You don't necessarily need weights. Push ups, pull ups, and dips with your own body weight can get you pretty fit. Yeah, it can. Phil Brochi, losing weight is freaking hard. Yeah. Again, though, Philip, it's not necessarily losing weight that's my goal. It's trimming up. And if you can actually gain weight and lose size, you can convert the fat into muscle. That's kind of the goal there. People are like, you got to lose the weight first because otherwise you're just building muscle under the fat. Well, no, because muscle burns more calories. The more muscle you put on, the more calories you need. Phil Brochi, do you walk around the block? Sometimes I take a mile walk. Not so much now because I'm busy working. Weird. I see, brother. Yeah, again, if I didn't have to work, it would be a lot easier to get fit. Philip, you can do it! Pack on the muscle like Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger exercises 3 times a day. Scott Plus, you can do it, dude. Just keep on it. Yeah, I mean, I think The Rock, his calorie routine is 5,000 calories a day, but it's mostly lean. But he really exercises. Willis, is your neighborhood safe to walk? Lowell, you got lots of LA gangsters out there. I live in a suburb. Phil Prochi, oh, bang nurses for cardio. Yes. Enemies level, I got nothing. Drawing brain fart. Alright, guys. So we're past the 2 hour mark. And, I honestly need to use a restroom anyway. So I'll talk to you folks later. I'm Richard.